How have you brought happiness into the lives of others? That's a very tough question to answer again. This is a back-to-back episode of Tough Questions, isn't it? So, how have you brought happiness? I don't know. I don't know how to measure that. If I were to have a conversation about how I would bring happiness to others, it really would just depend on what we're doing. I think when it comes to doing relationships and just having things to do together, a lot of the times I feel I bring happiness to others because I may have made contents. I may have made something out of paper mache. I remember when I was in high school, I would do these origami hearts. I forget how to do these. I forgot how to do it now, but I was proficient in origami making. And so I made hearts because it was the thing I tried to do as like an add-on whenever I did Mother's Day cards or date or like Valentine's. I would write a load of Valentines, and I would think that I brought happiness to the people that I gave Valentine things to by making these hearts and making the effort for this origami with a note to a person on Valentine's or my parents or my mom. I thought that was a way I was able to bring happiness to them, and it'd be good. And I don't think that really does the vehicle of which I would bring happiness to people will probably change. Like in high school, I would be on the swim team, and I don't know. I don't know how I would bring happiness to people, but how I've brought happiness. But I think I would like to imagine that when I was on swim team, I would just being present at a workout where it was just like 20, 30, 70 people sometimes, and we would just run. We would just swim and do sports together. So the camaraderie, I would think that I would have brought someone happiness in the gym or the pool because there was a camaraderie of like, hey, we did this ridiculous workout together. These are things that we don't normally do in real life, but we were together and we did it, and you helped me out. I'm thankful, and I would make them happy. I think we made each other happy by being present. So a lot of the times when you imagine in the back of your head, you close your eyes and you're laying down, have I made someone happy today? Have I done things to make people happy? Because oftentimes happiness is a two-way road to where you think it's a very gray area of if you made somebody happy and if both of you understood the value. Like if I were to make someone a cake without them knowing about it and they were happy that I took my time to make them this pastry, I would hope that there's like a transition, there's a equivalent exchange. Not to say that happiness is a transactional thing, but how much effort you apply and be happy about making a gift. Like I can pour my heart and my soul into making a fruit basket and then giving to someone, and I could be very happy that I took the time to make this for them. And they can speculatively, they could be also happy that I decided to take the time of day to make this thing, and they'd be happy that I made a fruit basket for them. Like they can be happy that they got the gift that was made from labor, but I could also be happy that I took the time to do this for them. So that's the transaction. But also, it can be very like gray. There's a certain gray area when it comes to doing this activity. Like when I try to give my brother a birthday present, I thought it would be nice that I showed him that I cared about his stuff, and I bought him a case for his limited edition 3DS. It was a Pokemon XY DS XL, and I thought that's so limited edition. It needs to be protected because if you drop it and you may break it, there's probably not another one out there of the same model, much like how we would take care of the Nintendo 64 Pikachu edition. And we protected it and we we did our very best to preserve it up until I think we tossed it. I don't know what happened to it, but we did our very best to preserve and maintain it. So I gave it to him, and he didn't value that gift giving as much as I did. I thought I was gonna make him like a little bit happy, like, hey, he was concerned for me, like, hey, he's liking this little product that I like too, so hey, we're happy, right? No. He told me, hey Tyler, I don't actually need this. He said, you think you can return it and maybe do something else with it, or just give me a gift card? Number one, he was the worst at just denying this present, but also for him to tell me that, oh, I'm just gonna return, he's just gonna try and return it because my mom came in the room. It's so funny. It's the worst. My mom came in the room and I expressed that he was not happy with the gift that I gave him, and I also told him I don't have the receipt. Because I didn't plan on him returning the gift because because that was my thought process. I thought, oh, thanks, Ty. I'll use it when I can. But thank you so much. But no, he asked if I can just get it returned, and so I said no, I don't have the receipt. I expected him to just love that I tried giving him a gift, and he could have either kept it or just used it once in a while. But no, my mom would then intervene and try to return it for me, and I just couldn't have it. Like, they both had the idea to return that, so I don't know where the happiness was delivered, where I made somebody happy, but it's tough. I don't know if gift giving is the best way for me in terms of like forms, signs of affection, or like love languages, because love languages can radiate and give you sensations of like happiness. You can be very happy that someone has given you an act of kindness or gift giving or affirmation touch. You can be happy. You can what's the word? You can bring happiness to people by communicating with their love language, and sometimes it's a hit or miss. And you have to accept sometimes that you may not have delivered that happiness to them appropriately. You might be just happy that they might be happy that when you invited them out, you took the time. Oh my God, I'm razzing myself right now. I didn't bring much happiness to my roommates because I failed at a thing. I was meant to be accountable for a certain thing, and I just kind of ruined it, and it sucks. I feel like I did not do that very well. I I do think that in terms of bringing people happiness, it does matter on how you feed into their love language. To where if they like, if their love language is hugs or is like feelings of touch. Let me quickly look it up. Love languages. Love languages will include. There's 7 types of love languages. Oh boy. The 5 love languages include words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch. So again, you can love someone by filling in those like criterias. There's a 7th one. There's a 6th and 7th one. Physical touch, gifts. Okay, that shows 5, but it says 7. 6 love languages. It goes back to, I don't know where are people getting these signs of affections from, but it does figure to just 5. So you have to figure out, depending on the person you want to just love on and happiness on. You want to give people happiness and want to give people vibes. You have to understand that you have to meet where they are. If they You have to understand you have to understand your friends. You have to understand your family. You have to understand if they value words of affection, physical touch, gift receiving, quality time, acts of services. And you have to feed those. If one of your friends enjoys the camaraderie of just being around together, maybe it's quality time. I felt like we brought each other happiness whenever my friend and I would go to the gym. Going to the gym together and uh, can be quality time, or just words of affirmation when you're telling them, "Hey man, good job at this like weightlifting. You lifted 400 pounds off the ground. Good job, bruh." And that can be loving. That can be loving. Bringing happiness to others can just also mean loving them, because again, I don't know if I said it before, but loving is a verb. You have to act on love and do things out of love. Love isn't a noun, love is a verb, because that's how you bring happiness. You can't just be um, emotionlessly trying to bring happiness to others without loving them first. You have to love them to try to make them happy. You have to love them to try to bring them happiness. And it really varies. I don't know where I've done it. I feel like whenever I've gone to the gym with somebody, that's kind of a form of love language that I'm feeding into each other. They're feeding into the both of us, because hey, can we go to the gym together? Sure, great. And it's really tough. It's tough to know what your friends are. I mean, sure, knowing a person's love language will vary, and I'm trying. I'm trying very hard to figure out how to bring happiness to others. I definitely know that when I'm at home, I tend to do my very best to do acts of services. I'm a huge component of service, to where a lot of the times in this room, I built this shelf. I built the shelf. I built the dresser. I've done most of the interior design in the room so far, and I'm improving on it indefinitely. I'm indefinitely doing my best to improve the room, improve the space, and that's a form of service. And I love to give people acts of services, because I feel like there's a immediate return for me. For me, I feel immediately happy that wow, I accomplished this. And whether or not they value this as much as I do, I love that I had the opportunity to do this. So, acts of service, that feels my love language. Quality time does matter to me, and it's really cool to where I get to do that when I'm at the gym. Or last Saturday, we went hiking together, and that definitely filled my pool of love languages. I'm very happy that we took the time to go hiking together, and it does suck that on the way down, we actually took a detour and ended up in the wrong parking lot. But again, despite all of that, I would consider that a win, because we took the time to just spend quality time together. That was a lot of quality time in the morning, and I could not have been more thankful for everybody else that was a part of it. So that was really good. Other love languages: physical touch, hugging. You just gotta hug your friend, and just being able to bring someone some joy by acknowledging that they're there. Because I know for a fact, for me, what probably would have helped me out more was physical touch. So to love a child, hug them as often as you can, kiss them on the cheek, and praise them as often as you can, because you want it's for some people it's an acknowledgement to their existence, and I want people to feel acknowledged. I do my best to hug people where it's possible, and my father-in-law would prefer handshakes over hugs. So I'm trying to meet him in the middle, but but Joe's mom likes hugs, so I do that. So, and Jessica sometimes does hugs, but it's like a victory whenever she does hug back. So physical touch. Oh boy. So yeah, I think I'm gonna. This is a great way to wrap the episode today. I wasn't sure where this tangent was gonna go. I wanted to end today on a good note because we just recorded the episode about fear from childhood, and I didn't want. It wasn't a good way to end today's video, end today's session. So, if you haven't checked out the video, keep in mind that your mental health matters. You are valued. You're wanted. If someone doesn't like you the way you are, then that's just the wrong person. Love finds you when you're looking for it, and I'm pretty sure someone will find you if you just stay who you are. So, let's end the video for today. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you liked it, be sure to subscribe on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. But if you don't like my face, I have this podcast on Anchor and Spotify at Wtphu. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. And as always, my name's Tyler. I'm your friend. And I'll see you next time. Bye.